connected, and you're kind of celebrating this person. Lots of times you'll see a celebrity or something like that and you'll idolize them. So if she's got that close proximity toward him, I don't know, a lot of girls out here would maybe, there are a couple of cute quarterbacks in America, they might be like, oh my god, I would totally do him, kind of stuff. There was a crazy party, and maybe because you know how footballers are gladiators of today, so back in the day you kind of think, okay, so Lida's coming close to this guy, and he's done really shitty bad stuff. Like there's no denying that. Hey, that's pretty bad. But then also at the same time, he didn't have much of a storyline, so we don't know how.
He was probably shitty.
Kind of played that with like, it might have been one of those things where she gets married off young. Like it doesn't, it's not the best thing. But then Lita sees through Spartacus that he actually does do some amazing stuff. He's got amazing power. He's fucking sexy, like, and that night, I don't remember if you guys remember in that episode, it was a crazy party going on, so, yeah, she got some.
I don't know what she meant by that. It was the brain she wanted. She wanted to have a nice conversation, really deep conversation.
Down and dirty.
I like how you said crazy, because everyone tends, I mean, even looking back at your own relationships, even if they were or whatnot, people usually relate the word crazy. That's a crazy war. That's a crazy love. Why do you think people are attracted to the confusingness of war and love? I mean, what makes that people have interest for that?
To me, it seems like the two. Hello. Seems like the two most defining. Hey, how are you? The two most defining parts of humankind seems to be love to keep the species going, and war to sort of win. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you know, like survival of the fittest by choice. Where he's just like, all right, see if you don't die if I do this to you. No, I win. But there's like seems to be that constant conflict. Like love and war is the seems to be the sort of two ends of the human spectrum when everything comes down to it. It's either you're in a state of love or you're in a state of war.
It really sucks. It's so horrible how painful love can be, right?
Right.
It's like the worst pain in the world. You guys like fully can't see it.
That's why I've done this cool, like kind of thrusty crotch thing.
Like come all this way and you can't even see.
Falling off the back of the couch.
I wasn't just trying to upstage you. I wasn't just. Yeah, that's why I got this kind of number.
This is better.
Hope for the best. Okay. If I fall, laugh.
Don't worry, I got you covered. I got you covered on that. I'll do it for you.
Oh God.
Well, you're not wearing your spits.
We were going to put the...
Do you want to turn the couches around? Like,
put the microphone in the audience in case there are any questions.
Oh, sure, do it.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay.
Just throw it, see what happens.
I'm Tom from Centerville, Virginia. I want to say thank you so much for being here, first of all. It's such a thrill to be here. Awesome. My question is, if you weren't actors, what would you like to have done for a living? For all?
I know. I would have liked to be a TV reporter, and that's kind of where I was going. And I met my idol when I was 12, and I was like, oh, absolutely. There's this woman in New Zealand called Judy Bailey, and she is, they call her the mother of the nation. She is so wonderful. So that's what I would have liked to do. I would have liked to report on the news, and she just had such a positive impact in my life. And then when I was filming a TV show a couple of years later, her husband was producing it. So it was fantastic to be able to kind of idolize this one woman and then work for her husband, and her husband is just the most amazing man. They truly are such fantastic people. So that's what I would have done.
Sick.
Awesome. When I was little, I was that girl that like set up all my dolls and teddy bears as my classroom, and I had a little girl's blackboard with chalk, and I was the teacher. But that dream ended, and I really didn't want to be a teacher. I was really impatient with kids.
Learn faster! Come on! 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, you idiot!
And I feel like, I don't know, in terms of like, I don't know, I've never really worked outside of the film and TV world, but I feel like one of the things I'd love to do in film and TV if it wasn't acting, writing, or directing would be a costume designer. Because I think that's freaking awesome.
When I was a kid, I was an artist. I used to paint, and that's what I wanted to do. And I was like, no money in painting. Did a commerce degree, then got tricked into acting, and long story. And then was like, I'll be an actor. And then suddenly went, that's not any better. That's not likely to succeed in any way. But then I don't know, around I don't know, at some stage I worked out if I was like, if I could have like multiple lives, I'd have been like in the military, I'd have been a priest, and like just all these things that you kind of don't really cross over with other lives, but I just would love to know what living that life would be like.
Can I tell you, it's cool that you're an actor because you get to play fragrances.
There it is. Feed my inner schizophrenic.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I would just love to explore these like more extreme lives that you sort of fully have to commit to kind of fully to really do. But yeah, I guess in a weird way it kind of worked out that I got to grab little pieces of that life through acting, which is kind of lucky, I guess.
Totally.
Good question.
I'm Abby from Athens, Ohio.
From Athens?
Yeah, party school, whatever. What I was wondering about, like, Love and War, Todd in the last one talked about, like, substitution and how,
Attention Spartacon fans.
Yep.
I was
You know that the Earn the Mark with Steve Huff will be taking place very shortly. Registration is taking place on the field right now. So the Earn the Mark with Steve Huff takes place at 3:15. Registration on the field right now.
Yeah, you should go down. Quick. You want to know the marks of your time, you can get branded by somebody. Sorry, you were saying Athens.
Speaking from experience, that branding's just painful to watch.
That's right.
So Todd was talking about substitution. So when it comes to, like, these sex scenes, like, how do you? How do you deal with these guys? They're probably your like best friends. I feel like it'd be like crazy awkward.
What's the question? What's the question? And that's what it feels like to have sex on camera.
That's awesome. You know, it's crazy. People actually think that it's probably sexy to have a sex scene on camera. There's nothing sexy about it. It's like the least sexual, most clinical experience, and so it should be, because you're just it's your job. You're a professional, and you're not actually having sex. Thank goodness.
Unless you're one of those extras on the... Anyway, that's a different story. You did that? No, you weren't.
One of the many orgy scenes?
Yeah, one of the many orgy scenes where they were like, cut! And people run to my trailer and Liam, you gotta check this out. I'm like, good.
I just want to notice I was not there that day.
Next question.
It's gotta be hard to avert your eyes during those kind of things. Don't want to see it.
How's it going? This is for Liam. I
Brother.
was talking to you a little bit about this yesterday. You stepped in and took over a very major role for a show that's seen a lot of speed bumps. You know, we lost the new Navy, or the old Navy for the new Navy, old Spartacus for the new Spartacus.
Leslie and Andy, yep.
So I was going to ask you, what was it like for you personally coming into a show where everybody was kind of already like holding around one guy as a star, and coming in and taking that role and becoming the new star?
I mean, you know, it was the weirdest thing, because it's like, as a young actor that's trying to get a break, it's like every dream you've ever had in the absolute worst way you could ever have in real life. You know, it was horrible. Like, you know, like there's nothing you'd want more than to just have that not be an option in the career path that you could have had, because it means that Andy would still be with us and doing awesome work. But not having that choice, exactly, I guess you're left with. I mean, I love the show anyway, so all I could do was try to not screw up the show that I loved, and that he worked so hard to kind of, everyone in season 1 worked so hard to get on the map, and it was hard. I mean, it's a hard sell. Like Spartacus as a concept is a hard sell in the way that we're going about it, and it's sort of balls to the wall, all out, full energy kind of show, which is awesome. And it's still a kind of a miracle to me that they kept it going, which is lucky for me and all of us. Oh no, but no, at that time, no, that's the thing. No, I mean, I was lucky enough to be in the mix for all that, but there's someone that controls all the money that at some stage goes, so how many millions of dollars? Okay, let's give it a shot and see if it works. So, I mean, I was lucky that I had the support of everyone that was in the cast and everyone that made the show. I couldn't have done it without, everybody really going, you know what, we want you to succeed at this, like we want you to do well, which must have been really hard, having that experience, because I didn't, I don't get the other side of that experience, which you might know more about, because you would know more about, where you've been working with someone who's amazing, and then suddenly it all changes. That must have been crazy. But for me, I felt very supportive to do the best work that I could, and try to make some success out of what I could do to try to honour the legacy of a man that couldn't do it himself anymore, which was really sad. But yeah, it was tough. But yes, please.
No, because I just want to say, Liam's being so beautifully humble, and having worked with Andy in season 1 and then Liam in season 2, both quite closely, and it was close to both of them also personally. Like, you can't compare the two men or actors because they're both very unique and talented in their own ways, but it's so evident that Liam stepped into such enormous shoes so courageously and valiantly. I think this
good choice.
Yeah, it's a balance thing going on.
I know, as you saw, you learnt from this.
Yeah, I got this.
Right, Nelly, yeah, fair enough, very cool.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Hey.
Someone goes, oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hi.
Name's Adam. Live close by, 5 minutes away. My question's for Liam, but it's kind of be for you guys too. I know you guys and other panels have talked about other things that you have going on, and us as fans of Spartacus and the show and stuff like that. We love seeing you guys in other stuff. I'm a huge DC Comics fan, so Arrow, Flash. How was it playing with Wizard? I mean, that's awesome.
That probably is more for me. How would you imagine it would be? No. That's sick. I mean, come on. The weather was a DC villain. That's cool, right? I mean, it's just a fun environment. All those. I mean, I'm a big nerd, so that sort of stuff's fun. That's my jam. So, yeah, it's I mean, it's weird because in Spartacus, it's all very immediate. Like you're fighting with swords, and everything happens in the moment. Like all action scenes are happening in front of you. Whereas there's a lot of Weather Wizard, where it's a lot of jazz hands. Where like there's got to be lightning coming out of your hands. All right. Does it look alright? Yeah, that's great. Okay. And you see it back on camera and you're like, alright, hopefully this works out. This is and then later on you're like, oh, that was cool. But yeah, like it's the kind of thing that if you did it in the 70s, you'd be like, this is going to be dicey. It's just squiggly lines coming out of my hands. But it works out in the show. It's fun. Like everyone on that set's really fun. So it's good. Yeah, it's cool.
All right, we got the number here.
Hi, I'm JJ from Birmingham.
JJ Abrams, tell me about Star Wars. What happens in Star Wars? Tell me.
Working?
No, your microphone works. I just want to know what happens in the new Star Wars, JJ.
I'm not at liberty to say. Yeah, my question's for Viva. I was mentioning to you before that my fiance started watching the show before I did. He said, he didn't even describe Spartacus. He said, you gotta watch this show to see the crazy shit this girl's doing. And as I watched this, Lithia was one of my favorite characters in the whole series. And I wanted to know if you had a favorite crazy moment, because you went from gold paint to the blood of a non-virgin. Like having sex with gold paint or the Seppia's blood, and I mean, you had some really crazy stuff. And I was curious to know what you felt of your I was curious to know what you felt of some of the scripts that you got, and were you ever like, oh my God?
Oh,
I mean,
honestly,
about your journey as an actress, everything you got a script. I'd like to know a little bit about that.
Yeah, there were some dark days, seriously, and some dark nights of the soul. In season 1, I remember saying to Andy, have you read Whore? And he's like, no, I've been too busy on set. And I'm like, dude, you've got to read that because we need some meetings. And there were meetings. Yeah, I was very confronted by a lot of the things that I was being asked to do, and there had to be like a lot of really respectful negotiation for me as an actress to feel like it was okay. And the producers and directors supported me with that because it wasn't always easy. But yeah, but honestly, like the character herself was truly such an awesome experience for any actor, I think. I was really lucky to get that role because they just constantly like expanded the landscape of what this woman was capable of, whether it was incredible strength, incredible manipulation, and also incredible vulnerability and weakness. So yeah.
Good question.
Oh, got another one.
The suspense.
Hi, I'm Kelly from Greenville, Maryland here.
Hello.
I had a question about, for each of you actually. Was there anything that you would have liked to have seen with happen to your character, or, I mean, decidedly survive?
This one? You want your husband back?
Yeah. No, it was such a cool adventure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Son of Spartacus.
Yeah, right. I think we walked off with the little baby that was born during the thing. We thought it was kind of cute. That was Sparty's baby. Maybe Sparty had a fun night with.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Why not?
Yeah, could do it.
Probably Christmas baby.
Yeah. So.
Carry on. What was your change? What was your change? What did you mix up?
I feel pretty lucky.
I'll get Steve on the phone.
Because, yeah, no, I
Notes.
emailed
It's a bit
Steve
late.
the other day and I was like, thank you so much for just an incredible opportunity and stuff like that. I think Lida had an amazing journey and through it she became even stronger and she just showed how resilient she was and she survived. So in my mind, I'm kind of like they walk over that hill into a beautiful utopia, hopefully, you know, with the rest of the survivors. And they are the survivors. So I would have imagined they just kept surviving and made an amazing place to live. And but that's what you'd hope. Yeah.
Let me fill you in.
Your turn.
Spoiler alert.
No, you were dead.
Yeah, no, but I was up to that point really well researched. So,
Didn't go so well.
probably everybody died in the Alps. Just a fact. Very hard to cross the Alps.
See that code?
Did you have an elephant? No, you didn't.
She had an agron.
An agron? Yeah, he's dead, definitely. Yeah, and then like on the hey, you know, why not? Visual. And then, you know, on the other side of the Alps, probably just a whole lot of like, you know, Germanic tribes that would kill them. But that's okay.
I thought it was the bringer of rain, not the bringer down.
You know, I'm raining on a parade.
You know, someone said to me today, was it you, Penelope? I was talking to someone today about about the really missed opportunity for Alithia and Gannicus. And it was like totally like, why did Alithia not strike her opportunity when he kidnapped her to seduce him?
Right.
Like she was willing to do it to everyone else, and Gannicus was really hot. So that was strange. And the other really good one that me and Peter Menzo, who played Onomaeus, always thought was, wouldn't it be really cool if the baby came out and he was black?
I mean, beyond just going all like Inglourious Bastards on it and just being like, hey, Marcus Crassus, boo. Hey, Caesar, bang. Suck that history. I'm actually really happy with that. Like, it was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I would have liked to have a bit more with us. I think that was like a really interesting storyline to travel down. Very complicated, but.
You shouldn't have left me there.
Well, I know. It was a tough choice.
You me the stars.
I know, right? A little loot out. No, but it was cool. I think they did a damn good job with it, all told. I guess that's why people kept watching. Cheers for that. Appreciate it.
This one's for Anne. Anne, over here. Explain.